completely unlike most other women at the time.
Anne Boleyn, she's not like other girls. I was warned about this. Oh god, this is awful. I got all this set up and I missed one key element that is always constant in a Anne Boleyn video. Almost forgot to put my bee necklace on. Here I am, kitted out in green once more to watch this Netflix series, Rude Blacks and Soilty. I would call it the proper name, but we're only so many seconds into a YouTube video and you don't want to say anything too lewd in case they say, oh no, we don't like that, we're not giving you monetization today, young lady. So yes, this is my reaction video to Blood, Sex and Royalty. Where are my glasses? This is the first of 3. I'm doing all 3 episodes in separate videos because I think I can only take one at a time. Last time I tried to watch this, I only got through the first 5 seconds to the point where Henry was about to shag Anne on the table, and I thought, oh god, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So I haven't seen anything else. Well, I've seen a few pictures of the costumes, and it did make me want to apologise to Rain for their costumes. Good lord. Right. I'd say let's not delay the introduction any longer, because the longer you wait to be ready, you won't be ready at all. So you just gotta jump into the deep end and do it. We might have some cat disturbances, but they might be very welcome in this situation. Right, no more delays. Let's do this. Episode 1. God help us all. Yeah, this was the bit where I was like, no.
Strap in, boys.
What?
That's not enough. For Anne Boleyn.
I was going to say, my bee's better than her bee.
Anne will go on to change. Say he's going to marry.
Susanna Lipscomb again. I forgot she was in this.
More or less. In an age that doesn't really like women, we have brought the people closer to.
What age does like women? They're going to do this intro for every single episode. I think this was the trailer.
Like hell it is.
So they use a trailer as the intro. Looks like Dickensian London to me there.
It's cold in here. More wine?
Have they put her in a dungeon?
Agreeing to talk to me again now.
When Anne Boleyn first arrives in the French court, she's just a teenager, and she's completely unlike most other women at the time.
Anne Boleyn, she's not like other girls. I was warned about this. Oh god, this is awful. It's alright for you, Anne. You've got tiny boobs.
You really should get out more. Just sit and read.
I hate this.
Family have given her this exceptional education. She
Is like being in the
Oh, so that's Mary. So once again, we've gone to making Mary Boleyn the stark opposite of Anne. So she's the blonde Madonna and she's the dark-haired whore. Oh, great. I hate these dresses. They're so plain. This is the French court. Oh crap, I can't look at this. Oh, they're breaking the fourth wall again.
and banging my sister.
Banging us. Jesus Christ! I don't like it. Yeah, there was just a bit now where they had a little bit of a sex montage and I couldn't show it to you because it's YouTube, so I'm just like, I'm not even turned on.
where I looked, women.
Is this entertainment, I ask you? Who's the ginge? I think even the hair was done better in Rain. I don't like the way this hair's done. It's so lazy. put the curlers in, put something pearly on her head like so, and boom, you have a courtier.
Chic goddess.
Oh, so this is the Margarita will become Margarita Navarre?
Encouraging
Is
her
it?
to embrace her inner feminist.
Oh, shut up!
Radicalizes
Sorry.
her, encouraging her to question the Catholic. It's France. The year is 1520, and the most extravagant
Someone's
festival
coming in.
Europe has ever witnessed is known
Hello,
as the Field of
Tetley.
Cloth of Gold. This is a political summit between
Come
England
here.
and France, who have been
Can
at
suffer
war
with
on and
me.
off
Come on.
for many years.
I must say, Anne's got a lot of balls to wear that deep blue a dress. It must cost a fortune.
My dad, Thomas Berlin, running the show. Never share control with a Berlin.
Oh god. Dumbing down a dialogue like this, like, it sounds so condescending. It's like, oh, we don't trust you to really understand what people were saying back then. I don't expect people to jump straight into the whole Shakespearean iambic pentameter, but still. Are they going to show Francois tripping up Henry? Because I kind of want to see that. Why does Henry look like some long lost illegitimate brother of Damien Lewis? Ooh, he's got abs. I'm really not turned on. I'm really not turned on. I still think one day they're going to cast Ed Sheeran as Henry VIII.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm Anne Boleyn and I'm so much more superior than everyone. Look, I'm not like other girls. I wear blue. Come on, Francois, trip the guy up. Trip the ginge. Everyone, let's trip the ginge. That doesn't count. I see there are no gabled hoods because they don't think that gabled hoods look good enough. Sorry, there was a little bit of a pause and my light turned off because the battery that I was keeping it to stay on ran out, so I had to plug it into the computer. But yeah, we just got to the bit in the Field of Cloth of Gold and Henry has just met Anne because she laughed at him while he got tripped over in the wrestling match. I don't think Francois actually tripped him because that would have been funny. And you can see Wolsey in the background there. And it's just like, it's a meet cute, but yeah, I don't think Henry actually noticed Anne until she was literally back at court because she stayed in France, I think, she was in France a little bit longer after the Field of the Cloth of Gold. Tetley's still around if you can hear her purring. She's just gone to sit on the bed. Okay. How much longer? Oh my god. We've still got half an hour to go. We're only 10 minutes in and I still hate it. She's got blue eyes, I just realised. You're not supposed to have blue eyes, Anne. You're supposed to have brown eyes. I'm sure they do. Brown contact lenses for people with sensitive eyes these days. I didn't see him for another. Yeah, okay, did she come back in 1520? Oh yeah, 1522 came straight to the UK. All the British dudes name epic film. And once again, Catherine of Aragon is not Ginge.
My dad had big plans to marry me off.
Can't you just say my father? Everyone knows what a father is and a dad is. Would it kill you?
He'll be away on tour most of the time, sis. You'll grow to love him.
That's George.
My partner in crime and fellow freethinker, George.
Yeah, I guessed he was your brother since he called you sis.
Stuck at home all the time.
Unless it was acknowledging the fact that you are okay with the gender you're assigned with at birth.
Religious nut jobs, though.
Oh, God.
Poor lads caught reading the Bible.
Well, some people believe that everybody has the right to read the Bible, so why would it not be written in English?
I wouldn't say that out loud.
Berlin.
At this time,
Yeah, and would not say that out loud in the middle of a crowded court.
have a Bible.
So is that Henry Percy?
Henry Percy.
Yeah.
Luster choice, James Butler.
Oh,
because she's
James Butler,
already
okay.
fallen in love with a man called
And I think he should be having an Irish accent.
Henry Percy.
I see he wears that deep blue velour as well, so he's also not like other guys.
Let's get a nice feel to it.
Cardinal Wolsey,
Oh,
King Henry's work wife, and court super snitcher.
right, the dog next door is barking her head off. I think she just got back from a walk. And guess who else is with us now? Alan! Alan's here. So, yeah. Cardinal Wolsey shows up, and if you couldn't guess he was a cardinal already because he's decked head to toe in bright red, Anne has to turn to the camera like so. Cardinal Wolsey. I don't really need to give him an introduction, do I? No. Right. Keep going. 29 minutes left.
incredibly.
Where did they
ruthless.
film this, I wonder?
Anne's pursuit. Percy is sent away from court. Much.
So I don't
against
mind the
Anne's
historian
wishes.
saying stuff like get Anne out of the picture or this match is problematic because it's something that historians would say, but the fact that the actual in-show people are diegetically saying it, it's just wrong. Oh my god. I had enough music like this from Becoming Elizabeth.
Till I can work out what to do with you, you remain here.
So what? I'm grounded.
Oh my god!
But the difference is that she doesn't get to choose her husband.
No one got to choose their husband back then.
Can't possibly have read all these. Some of the biggest lessons.
She's not like other girls. She reads books.
Mary had been.
The truth is, I don't know if it's actually his.
Well, Mary.
But it doesn't make it right. When has what's right ever mattered?
So if this was a better drama, this scene would actually make sense. It would actually be a touching scene, but these characters are just so shallow. Oh, stags. I like stags. That does not match. Those clash.
Typical sister-in-law.
Oh, let me guess. Jane Rochford's going to be a massive bitch.
Court card red-handed. They're going against the established.
So Anne's
the
giving books to
established religion.
servants
Anne is very
to learn
influenced
with,
by-
and I mean I can understand that Anne probably would give books to people so they can learn. So that's something at least. But you know, it's and I don't know how great she was with her servants. I don't know, because the only really other piece I've seen of Anne Boleyn being nice to her servants was that bit in the Tudors when everyone was getting the sweating sickness and she was comforting one of her servants, but then she ended up getting the sweating sickness because she was comforting that servant. I don't know. Are they going to include the sweating sickness in this? And what the hell is that title? Boleyn's for the win? Oh my god. 2007 called They Want Their Outdated Phrase Back.
She's increasing the risk that someone will betray her to the authorities.
Yeah, she would not be that blasé with giving away books that are heretical. The reformers had a sort of network about this.
Dad's found me the perfect man.
Dad found me the perfect man. Oh my god.
Drumroll, please.
Oh,
Catherine of Aragon, King Henry's long-suffering wife. Spanish, spirited.
yes, I know that's Catherine of Aragon because we saw her in a previous scene.
Lady Worcester, aka Lady W. My bestie. Knows me better than I do.
What? Will you please stop making stupid words? And I'm sorry, what is it with these costumes? Like, some are from like the very start of the 16th century and some are like from the middle, and of course Anne's is way too curvaceous. It's just not right. It ain't right. I mean, look at that. That's a Victorian shape. Who's that?
A.B.
What? Oh, he said A-B, not baby. I wouldn't be surprised if he said either.
Sir Thomas Wyatt.
Oh, it's the Thomas
Known
one.
for his poetry, but certainly not his chat-up lines.
Well, I mean, I don't think Henry just saw Anne and was like, I'll have her. It was more that she must have impressed him with her words. Like, this is just, oh, I see you. You're not like other
The
girls.
thing
I'm-
about Anne is she is feisty. In an age
We've
of
established that
already-
already. Oh my god, just get on to it. Yes, you can have my plastic Primark ring. It's full of nickel. Guaranteed to turn your finger green. Although this won't because it's perfectly made of sterling silver. So what happened to Henry pursuing Anne and she was just like, no. Oh, let's go and see Francis Bryan get his eye poked out.
Henry's whole identity is based on his masculinity.
All Tudor men's identity was based on their masculinity. Henry's not special. Oh, this is him saying, "Ooh, I fancy you because you're not like other girls. You wear your hair down."
It's a little awkward because your wife is sitting right there, but this is how Henry works.
I think Henry couldn't have made it more awkward if he got a certain crown of blue roses and put it in Anne's lap, and then kidnapped her from Winterfell the next day and took her to Dawn. Who's she telling this to? Is it to Cranmer?
He did it with Mary.
It's a weird
he
framing
did it with
device. Hey, that's from the Tudors.
For over a year
That
now,
establishing shot was from the Tudors.
the art of love.
Here comes Wyatt with his handlebar moustache.
to do to get some attention?
For the record, I do sort of ship Thomas Wyatt Sr. with Anne Boleyn.
But you're married. End of.
Jewellery is understood by the whole Tudor court as being deeply symbolic.
And why does it look so cheap and tacky? I say because I'm wearing freshwater pearls, you see. Lovely freshwater pearls. Believe me, as someone who's grown up with an allergy to nickel, I do know how to spot nice jewellery from bad jewellery.
Game, by the way.
Still remember that time I bought like a massive fake jewelled ring on a plastic holder, and I thought, oh, that looks nice, and then I wore it. The next day, took it off, and my finger had turned green. Right, so Wyatt is trying to frame him and Anne as lovers to make Henry go off her, but we haven't even got to the...
Wyatt might have been near her.
that we haven't even seen any of Anne being reluctant to be Henry's mistress and her fighting him off, and her only accepting Henry's pursuit as long as he marries her. So how is Anne different from Mary in this case? Because she's just like, oh yes, presents, thank you very much, and letters, thank you very much. I don't get it. Like, there is no consistency to Anne's character in this point. They're trying to legitimise it by putting all these historians in it. What is this? What is this letter? Anne's been summoned to the king's bedchamber? Oh, that mirror needs cleaning. So is he gonna seduce her, or is he gonna stab her to death? First one, then the other.
What about what you did to my sister?
Mary made it clear the child may not be mine. I'm by no means the first king she's been acquainted with.
Temper and
Hang on.
hatred of heretics.
Hang on. They didn't actually establish that Mary was married to Carey, to William Carey. So they just sort of hinted that Mary might have been stooping Francois and Henry at the same time, or Mary was just getting around that much. I don't think they established that Mary was married. So that's why she says, I don't know whether the baby's his or Henry's, because the reason we don't know if her children, Catherine Carey and Henry Carey, were Henry VIII's children or not was because she was married to William Carey at the time. Because in The Other Boleyn Girl, it's established that Henry is indeed the real father of her two children, but it's actually I think it actually in a couple of the movies it's established that his son is his son, that Henry Carey is Henry VIII's son, but Catherine Carey isn't. But it's because of the ambiguity of her being married at the time, like Henry VIII never actually acknowledged those two as his children because he had deniability. But they don't establish that Mary's married, so Henry is not being chivalrous at all. I mean, like, I think the real Henry VIII people watching this is like, good lord, I feel so misrepresented. Is she wearing lip gloss or Vaseline or something? Not how he would have seen a chivalrous pursuit of a lady in the manner of courtly love. I think Ray Winston does have more charisma than this Henry. I'm sorry.
Let him kiss me.
You can tell that.
Ever tried saying no to
She's got a
someone,
fruit
Henry?
bowl on the table. Oh,
No
minute.
use.
So, yeah, she's got a fruit bowl right there. It looks like there's something else on it there. And there's an apple. It's like, how long has that apple been sitting there? It can't have been long. So someone just left half an apple there, but it hasn't turned brown. So you can just tell that this is totally fake. There's some grapes there as well. I like this kind of crystal picture, but given that she was in even though she was in the royal apartments, she was in a pretty humble circumstance when she was in the Tower of London. So I don't think she'd have something that nice in what would have been her prison cell.
I had a reputation to consider.
And I can imagine Anne Boleyn might have had like
Husband
Venetian
defined a
glassware
lot to think
when she
about.
was at
Tried
court
saying no to
or
a
something
man
like that.
Henry, so I decided to walk away. Go home.
So she grounded herself. No shit, that's Hever Castle. We were there earlier.
You must feel this pain of separation the way I do.
Wish they could have just quoted one of his own letters.
What possible reason could be big enough to keep you from my arms?
Long game here if this is strategic, or
I don't think Anne was
actually,
playing a
if
game.
This is
That Henry VIII was constantly harassing her and she just didn't want anything to do with that. And it wasn't until he proposed marriage that she actually let him in.
It's a romantic gesture.
This came with the box.
So I think
To read it.
at least she's wearing a French hood at last. That took him long enough. But you know, if this was in a better drama, that whole him sending her a deer for them to eat at a table and them all feasting upon it, that would have had some symbolism. But I don't think there's not symbolism here of him, just other than Henry indirectly saying eat my meat.
And
I feel sorry for the
it's
deer.
been a year now. Come on, you've made your point.
What?
You've turned me into a desperate man, and are possibly even enjoying it.
Oh my god, they even dumbed down the letters. They dumbed down the letters. It's not even poetic, not even a little bit. It's just him saying, oh come on love, you're playing hard to get. I hate this, I hate this.
Will you be my mistress?
At least he has a tie.
Ugh.
I thought we had something special.
This is like how I felt back when I used to be Catholic and then I found out they sort of rewrote the Mass so it looked a lot simpler, and I'm just like, I don't want to say and with your spirit, I don't mind saying and also with you. And I just felt like, man, all the magic's gone. I hate this. Sod this. Sod this series. Oh, everything feels so dumbed down, and it's just like, you don't have any respect for anyone. You think everyone that isn't you is a total idiot and can't understand things. So you have to make everything dumb because you don't think people are smart enough to understand how people talked in the early modern era.
No, I will never be anyone's mistress.
Then why did you go all flirty with him
You're unbelievable.
and accept his presence?
It is such an anticlimax for her. She's worth more than this. She has been raised to be something brilliant.
The inconsistency is strong with this one.
I even thought of what it might be like to be.
Queen.
Yeah. For one moment of madness, I actually thought about it.
Wait,
Think of all that you could do with it.
so she was flirting with Henry in the hopes that he would make her queen, but how? I mean, we haven't even discussed this. Oh, jeez. Bet we're going to get the Legatine Court in the next episode, and that speech is going to be like, how dare you diss me like this, you minger. Like, that's what Catherine Varrigan's going to sound like in the bloody thing, isn't she? Oh, God. Dear God, I hope this is not setting up actual incest. Because I think that's what Jane Rochford is thinking. It's nearly over.
So, by choosing to be willful and defending her own self, she's actually putting her entire family at risk.
I don't think Anne was selfish about her family, and can I just say, the architecture in there, it looks very
Lots of letters.
Victorian. Does Henry ever wear another costume? Because I think he's been wearing that same costume since the Field of the Cloth of Gold. You know what sort of freaks me out is that this Anne, I can't remember the name of the actress, she looks a lot like Anna Popplewell, so that's why I keep getting flashbacks to Rain. Guys, can we watch ITV?
You foolish girl. Just thrown away your future. Your families.
Amy James Kelly, that's her name. Okay. Alright, that was episode 1. Alan. He knows I'm distressed and he comforts me. He's such a good cat. And yeah, Tetley's on the bed. She's relaxing. These kitties, they're taking it easy because they're old kitties. Tetley's 21. Alan is about 15. They're old kitties, but we love them so much, don't we? Anyway, yes, this episode, I've never felt more insulted or condescended to by a Tudor drama. Like, the ITV one is still pretty bad, but it does have a few gems in there, doesn't it? Because even though Ray Winstone is totally miscast as Henry VIII, the guy just really enjoys being in that role, and even now he still really is proud of his performance. And I can't really fault Ray Winstone for his Henry VIII, because if he was having fun and he was putting his heart into it, at least it was entertaining. But this is just, it's boring, and it doesn't respect the intelligence of its audience. I think it's even more condescending than the 2021 series. And remember, I went in trying to play devil's advocate for the 2021 series, and I was just thinking, oh, it can't be, like, I'm sure it's going to be fine. This one isn't doing that whole, oh look, we have a colourblind cast thing. But it doesn't matter who you cast if your writing is absolutely terrible. You have failed at royally everything in life. You have failed in storytelling because your story doesn't stand on its own, and you have failed in appearance because everything looks pretty awful. I mean, on the bright side, at least the sets, they don't look all dingy and gross. There are so many Tudor dramas where they just put them in sort of dingy castles, they film in cathedrals, and they make it all look grey and grim. And whereas we know from a lot of Tudor dramas and paintings and that and even from historical royal palaces that are still standing, and National Trust properties and other stately homes and stuff that still have Tudor aesthetics, that they didn't go in for all those dingy castle aesthetics. They wanted wood panelling and nice floors and carved wooden furniture. Blood, sex and royalty. Let's have a look. Where did they film this? Because at least they must have filmed this somewhere nice. They don't say anything about where they filmed these. Let's ask Wikipedia if IMDb's not letting up. Doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Okay then, I don't know where they filmed this. But having experienced quite a lot of stately homes in my day, I think a lot of these show these aesthetics, they're quite Baroque and Victorian and Georgian and all that, so the architecture doesn't look Tudor enough. Like, it looks like the interior of Belton House almost. Like, Belton House is this really nice place in Lincolnshire. I think it might be in Lincolnshire, might be in Leicestershire, one of the two. It's close to where I live, and it's got a sort of range of Victorian, Baroque and Georgian elements in it, and it's very nice. It's a very nice place, but obviously if you're filming a Tudor drama there, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. So the sets are anachronistic, and the clothing, the costumes, they are lazy, because background characters are wearing costumes that look like they come from the start of the 16th century, while Anne and Mary, they are wearing like clearly costumes that were made for the drama, but the bust line is too curved. It's like, have we gone back to the days of young Bess here, where the bodices are, what would you call it, Alan? Voluptuous? Voluptuous. Because we know from historical costuming that before the 19th century, or at least before, let's say, the Napoleonic era, where there was the empire cut that would have the waistline we right under the bodice, or the bust, and then you'd have the skirt coming out from there. And that's sort of when the more curvaceous bodice started to become more popular, because before then women would wear stays, and they would just flatten everything, so your tits would be pushed up a bit like that, and you just go straight down, all flat. If I hear anyone saying corset, they get a D-, because corsets were not a thing in the Tudor era, they wore stays. So yeah, obviously this is not good. The characters are shallow. Anne Boleyn's characterization is inconsistent, to say the least. She is very dumb. There's this whole, oh, I read books, I'm not like other girls, I know what I'm doing, I'm more superior, I wear my hair down, I wear blue, I wear bright blue that no one else can wear, that my sister certainly can't wear because she's blonde, and blondes do not look good in that deep a blue, because I know, because I am blonde and I've tried to wear deep blue and it just washes me out. That was kind of the worst thing I've ever seen. It makes the other Boleyn girl look like Anne of the Thousand Days. It makes Rain look like Wolf Hall. It makes that Twisted Tale of Bloody Mary slightly better. And I just think the fact that it's so deceptive, putting actual historians in there, like Susanna Lipscomb, who's done tons of Tudor stuff, and Tracy Borman. I've got one of her books about Henry VIII like sitting right there on the bookcase. I'm just glad they didn't like rope in Alison Weir and Lucy Worsley and Gareth Russell into this. God help them if they try to do something Catherine Howard related. I would not trust these creators as far as I can throw them with a Catherine Howard narrative. Oh, let's end this. Let's move on. I've got work to do today. I've still got lots of editing. Got to do Elizabeth of York before Wednesday. So, thanks for watching this with me. The next 2 episodes will come out in March. And yes, I am still predicting Catherine of Aragon during the Legatine court speech is just like, oh, you minger, how dare you diss me like this? Because whoever wrote this has gotten all their slang from 2007. So I'll see you next time. Thank you to my patrons who are supporting me through this. You can be as low as Lord and Lady, where you'll still get your name in the credits and access to my Discord, whereas higher level contributors, they do get early access to videos and scripts. So thank you Alison Cuff, Jill My Nero, and Larissa and Leslie Williams. And yeah, I know I used to say I don't do documentaries for my little rankings list, but I think this one definitely needs an exception. So if you don't want to miss the next 2 episodes, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and a like on this video so it gets farther in the algorithm, and let's tear this series a new one.